A violent explosion ripped through a Sun Metro bus depot near the El Paso International Airport. Part of the building collapsed, 2 workers were killed, and 11 others were hurt. You found Stashed. I'm Pat, firefighter and automotive engineer. Newly released footage shows the moment a tragic explosion tore through a Sun Metro bus facility back on February 11, 2025. Around 1:30 in the afternoon, one of their CNG powered buses fell from a hydraulic lift. These buses store compressed natural gas in a high pressure tank located on the roof. And when the bus came down, those tanks were punctured by a nearby control cabinet. Security cameras captured the entire event. In the wider view, you can see the bus in the upper right hand corner and employees moving around the frame. When the blast happens, several people are knocked to the ground while others sprint to safety. From this angle, you see just how close those employees were. And in this view, after the explosion, 2 employees are caught in the flames as they try to escape. It's really incredible that more people weren't killed in this incident. CNG, compressed natural gas, is typically stored at around 3,600 psi, and most modern buses use composite tanks to keep the weight down. In a situation like this, a puncture would cause a catastrophic failure, obviously, as we saw here. The pressurized gas escapes instantly and can easily find an ignition source, a lot of times just the static electricity built up from the escaping gases. I'm sure the term BLEVE will show up in the comments, but that's not what this was. A BLEVE is a boiling liquid expanding vapor explosion, and that happens when a cylinder containing a liquefied gas under pressure is heated until it fails. Believe it or not, they were fortunate it was CNG and not something like LPG, liquefied propane or petroleum gas, depending on where you're from. When gases are stored as a liquid, they expand to even a greater volume during a rupture, and while the damage here was severe, a liquefied gas explosion would have done far more damage. As mentioned before, several workers were inside the building when the bus fell. 2 were critically injured and transported to a specialized burn center out of state. Despite all their best efforts, 1 employee lost their life just 2 days after the explosion, and a second passed away almost a month later. This explosion is a reminder that compressed gas systems can carry serious risk when things go wrong. This wasn't a crash, it wasn't a vehicle fire. It was an unexpected failure, something you never think to plan for. After the explosion, investigators spent weeks sifting through the debris. The roof and part of the outer walls had collapsed inward. Crews were unable to enter safely for several days. The final report ruled the cause as accidental, confirming the sequence as we saw in the video. The bus fell from the lift, punctured the CNG cylinder, and the escaping gases ignited. The facility sustained millions of dollars in damage, and operations were halted while safety systems were reviewed. The big question I have is this: why did the bus even fall from the lift? It doesn't appear there was any mechanical issue with the lift itself, no hydraulic failures. I went through this footage frame by frame for quite some time and couldn't see a clear reason for the fall. And I know I don't have the full video here, but it looks like there were 2 employees working near the rear of the bus. They were on a ladder doing some type of maintenance, but that shouldn't have caused the front of the bus to shift. Most likely, the bus wasn't sitting quite right on those front supports. Unfortunately, sometimes tragic accidents happen even when everything seems routine. It's easy to think disasters like this only happen with new technology, with batteries or hydrogen or something cutting edge, but this was compressed natural gas, CNG, in regular maintenance bays doing regular work. Sometimes the smallest failure can set off a chain of events that nobody sees coming. And that's why understanding these systems matter, not to make us afraid of them, but we gotta make sure that we're ready when something goes wrong.